If you ever ask yourself, is buying a short sale a good idea? Well, you come to the right place, although the answer may not be what you expect. Hi, I'm Don Thornton. I'm known as Don the Short Sale Guy because I've been doing short sale investing in Florida for almost 20 years. I've helped well over 1,500 homeowners in my time, and I'm looking to expand my business across the country. So in this video, I'm going to ask you some questions. Do you like to overpay for property? Do you like to get discounts? Do you like to have little competition when it comes to other buyers? Those questions I'll talk about in this video, and you can come to the conclusion yourself whether buying a short sale is a good idea. So the question I have is, do you like to overpay for property? Because that's what's been going on in the real estate market for the last couple, 3 years, especially, since the pandemic hit, when the foreclosure moratorium was announced. There was just not a lot of distressed sellers that were putting their property on the market, which created an artificial bubble, an artificial shortage of houses. So that led to, as we all know, bidding wars. I mean, it was great for sellers. It was great for listing agents because, they could go out there and say, okay, here's the price. They could stick it at a really high price. And then there was so much competition that people would, give offers that were, 20, 30, 50, $80,000 above list price. So, it just amazes me that people would want to buy a property that puts them upside down, where they owe more than what the property is worth. In my experience, working with upside down houses, that's a real cause of concern for most homeowners, but people are voluntarily putting them into that situation, which is, I think, is interesting because, listen, the world is ever changing. We never know what's going to be happening. And, and life happens to people, right? People lose jobs, people get pay cuts, people get sick, people die. And so all of these things are factors that contribute to people's income dropping or being eliminated completely, and their ability to pay is greatly hampered. And so if you voluntarily go into a situation where you owe more than what a property is worth, then that's Russian roulette. And for a lot of people, that's going to be biting them in the butt. In fact, I'm already seeing it. We're seeing more and more people that are having to sell because life happens. Divorce is another one I forgot to mention. So it's very, very dicey that people want to go in and overpay for properties. Okay, in a short sale, you're not going to overpay for a property. All right, especially if you work with us, because we know how to work out the deal and negotiate with the bank to be able to get reasonable prices. And so I would say that, is buying a short sale a good idea? Well, if you like to pay reasonable prices instead of overpaying, well, that's one factor, and you could come to a decision whether these three factors I'm going to talk to you about, if that's going to be something that would lead you to the conclusion that maybe it is a good idea to buy a short sale. But before that, I would love for you to go down to the bottom of the screen over here in the corner. There's a subscribe button. So subscribe to my channel so you can get videos like this automatically. You can get notified because I'm put a lot of content out there, because I really think that short sales are going to be a huge factor in the next 2 or 3 years in the real estate market. And you want to be ahead of the game and find out how, what they mean, how to work with them, and so on and so forth. So the second point, the question I want to ask you is, do you like discounts? And as regards to whether you think buying a short sale is a good idea. Our whole existence as a short sale company is to get discounts. And what does that mean? That means to get them below market value. So in a short sale, the bank is the one that is in control. The seller has nominal control because the seller still owns the property, but everything has to be approved by the bank. So ultimately, it's us versus the bank. Well, the benefit is the bank is not in your neighborhood. The bank does not know intimately what's going on with your house. All they can do is send an appraiser or send a real estate agent to do a broker's price opinion or a BPO to give them an idea of what the situation is like. They are at a disadvantage when it comes to negotiations if the person negotiating, or the company like us, knows what they're doing. So our goal is to get a property down below market value every single time we do a short sale. So in a regular sale, think about that. Nobody has any leverage except the seller. The seller controls everything. And what's the seller's agenda? The seller's agenda is to get the most they can out of their property, get every single dime, and they want to foment competition. They want to create the illusion that, oh, this house is going to go, soon. You better get a new offer in. You better give us your highest and best. Well, short sale's different, right? And we can, if we're doing the short sale for you, we control it. Because ultimately, as a seller in a short sale, it doesn't matter to you whether it goes for $10 below market value or $50,000 under market value, because you want to get out from under it, and the bank is going to forgive the mortgage amount anyway that's not paid. There's not going to be deficiency judgment. So ultimately, you just want to get it gone, right? And so that's what we do, and we want to get it down below market value because we want to make sure we can close the property. And so that's our agenda as well, is to get it below the market value and get it sold, preferably to a cash buyer, because they have less contingencies and it's easier to close a cash deal. So I would say that if you like discounts, maybe that's the second reason why buying a short sale would be a good idea. I would love it if you would leave a comment down below and just let me know what you think. Do you have a separate opinion? Do you agree or disagree with this? Do you have any suggestions about what kind of videos you would like for me to do? If so, leave a comment. I would love to engage with you and answer any of your questions. So the final question I have is, do you like competition? I mean, if you're a buyer, do you like going up against a horde of buyers who are willing to overpay for property? Do you like it when, a seller, as a real estate agent, do you like it when the listing agent tells you you're going to have to take less on your commission? Do you like being involved in feeding frenzies and this whole madness that's been happening here the last few years? Because if you like that, then the short sale is not for you, because we don't get very many, the competition's much less. And why is that? I would say it's because of ignorance of buyer's agents, because buyer's agents don't want to steer their buyers towards a short sale because they have the mistaken idea that it's going to take too long, that they can get this thing in and it's not going to work, the bank's going to come in too high. And I can understand where they come from, because they don't work with us. But with us, that's not the problem. We get these things done pretty well. And it depends on when you put your offer in. Now, if you put your offer in and it's the first offer that's accepted and it's being submitted to the bank, and the bank's going to do their appraisal and they're going to come back with a counter offer, well, yeah, then you're going to have to wait a little bit. But because we do value disputes when the first appraisal comes in, because we know the first appraisal is going to come in higher. It's just the way it is. So we know that we have to get our ducks in a row and be able to dispute that initial counter from the bank and get it down below. And I mean, we're submitting like hundreds of pages worth of stuff. It's almost like we write a novel every single time, but we know exactly what the bank's negotiator needs to be able to take an offer, and have all the ammunition that he or she needs to take it to the owner of the mortgage, the company, the hedge fund, the pension fund, the other bank, Fannie or Freddie, whoever, HUD. To say this, that this price should be accepted for these reasons. We give them ammunition, we give them something to fight for, and we're not just leaving them hanging with this idea that, oh well, it really should go this way. But you don't give them any because remember, the bank's negotiator wants to get paid too. He or she gets a bonus as well when these things close. But you got to help them. That's how we do. We work with them. We know what they need. We give them what they need to be able to go to their bosses to get the approval. Okay, so that's the difference between a company that works full time in short sales and just a realtor who just does them and just tries to do the least amount of effort to get them to work. And that's why so many of them don't work. So I would say that if you want to not overpay for a property, if you like discounts, and you don't want to be involved in an over competitive bidding war to get your offer accepted, then I think buying a short sale is a really good idea. And what I want you to do is go down below to the description of this video, and you'll see my link. It's donbuysHouses.now.site. Click on it and leave me your information. There's a form different areas in the website. You can leave a form. I'll be contacted, and you can also call me 407-902-7827, and we can talk about how I can help you with your short sale. If you're an investor and you'd like to know how to monetize those leads you get when homeowners are upside down and you can't do a regular wholesale deal, then reach out to us and I can help you set up a second income by doing a joint venture with my company on these types of leads. If you're a real estate agent and you don't want to do short sales, but you do have people coming to you asking you to list their property with you, you can refer to us and get a 25% commission referral, and we'll do all the heavy lifting, get it done for you, and you can focus on what you want to do, which is obviously not short sales. So thank you very much for watching my video, and I look forward to having you on the next one. Thank you.